Hey, so in this video, we're going to be taking a look at gray paint colors and a whole range of undertones. You don't need to worry about the color names right now. I'll just point out the undertones. We've got a slightly cool violet, warm violet, another warm violet that's a little softer, gray with a blue, slightly blue-green undertone, warm gray with a green undertone, a little bit of a stormy gray, green undertone. Again, we've got some blue, nice cool, a little bit more fresh and icy. Those are the cool grays there with a little bit more dominant undertone too. And so what we're going to do is look at a whole bunch of finishes. We're going to look at fabrics, countertops, tiles, and you might not have these exact finishes in your home, but you might see some common threads, some familiar undertones. You're going to see which ones connect the best and which ones clash. I'm just going through it quickly. You're just getting your eyeballs on it. You don't need to think too hard. It's more of like a yes, no, yes, no. Just get a feel for it and, rewind it, go through it again. Get a feel for what you initially react to, and over time you'll start to understand why, because you'll say, okay, the undertones are in common, or oh, I don't like that because the undertones clash. So let's get started. We're going to be doing quite a few of these, but it's also important. I'm going to start with warm colors and then we'll move to the marbles and the cool colors. A lot of you have warm finishes and you want to integrate some cool colors in your home, and it's tough. So let's say you have a beige or tan product. It could be a tile like this. It could be a carpet, tile, fabric. It's this general color, and look at how it sits with all of these grays. It's pretty bad, right? So this is a bit more of an earthy look. It's warm, and what we've learned is that warm colors don't like being partnered with colors that are cooler and lighter than them. There are exceptions, but this is generally speaking a good thing just to consider when you are trying to mix and match products. If it's not working, might be a pretty good reason for it. So when we look here, your best chance is a warm gray with a violet undertone, but the problem here is that this is darker than this. If this was a bit darker, had that violet, maybe a little bit warmer, there could be a better chance of having it work. Moving along, let's say you have cream cabinets or cream trim, very common, and you really want gray walls, right? Such a stretch. Again, this cream, and it's not a dark cream, is sitting darker than these colors. When it's not sitting darker than it, you can really see those bouncing off each other. It's just a terrible combo. Opposites are not attracting. So you can see with your cream trim or cabinet, squeezing grain is a really tough sell. If you had to, I might go to a violet, might go to a green, but I'm just going to add some more depth just so that the cream and the depth of the gray don't compete too much. Popular countertop, either in granite or laminate. Again, it's another one that people really want to get gray on their walls. And you can just squeeze it in. I don't know if you've noticed yet what's working or not working. We're back here. Warm gray with a violet undertone, because all these little flecks, they're taupe. So I would rather see you a bit warmer than this, but for a tight squeeze, that's Collingwood, by the way, by Benjamin Moore. Let's see, you got a beige tile. It's pretty strong. No. Seems the warmer the products are, the worse those fresh icy grays are. The green is borderline. If it was a bit darker, it could contrast nicely, but you also risk dating this. If you have this in like a 12 by 12 tile, it already looks dated, and when you contrast with it, you could kind of increase that. But it's a pretty combo. Warm and cool is pretty. Again, you might be able to tap into a little bit of a violet there, but we just need a bit more depth. So as you can see, when it comes to warm colors, your best chance does seem to be warm gray with a violet undertone. Got one more really warm one here. So you can see, this is what you're going to do at home with your finishes. You're going to bring home ranges of colors. Find ones that catch your eye and maybe some that are just outside of that, and take them home, see what connects. If nothing's connecting, go back and get more samples. You're in the wrong undertone. You're in the wrong color family. So as you can see, again, that warm gray with a violet undertone is the best connection. So let's move on to a little bit of black. Even black with flecks can have undertones. So looking at this one, what do you see connect and what do you see disconnect? So this is the first one where we've started to grab some of this because it's grabbing that little bit of a blue undertone tucked in there. Not too bad. And that's kind of where I'd settle in a happy place. Those are pretty strong, especially for such a powerful black countertop. Whereas this violet, this is Sherwin-Williams Zircon, so it's a little bit softer. If we go to a product that does have black in it, but it's more of a soft black, check that out. Again, just getting a quick eyeball on things. As you can see, the warmer colors are resonating. So that nice warm gray violet undertone definitely sitting better than the others. Whereas the green just isn't hitting quite the happy place, nor is the blue. Now, let's move into some other ones. If you're choosing new finishes for your home, often the more variations you have in the neutrals in your finish, the more flexibility you're going to have. So if you look at a countertop like this, it's got a lot going on, right? And that is good because it makes it easier to grab something in there and run with it. So these ones are too strong. That's sitting nice. That Sherwin-Williams Gossamer Veil, little subtle green undertone, a little bit too green, but not bad. Too warm, really pretty. That's Collingwood again. You know, even that hits an interesting spot, Sherwin-Williams Zircon. So you can see lots of different tones, shades, tints, lots of versatility. Nice taupey looking backsplash tile, and you think, what's going on there? Is it taupe or is it warm gray or is it grayish? Oh, there it is. So to look at this, you think, soft warm gray, grayish, taupe, not sure. Putting it up with Gossamer Veil shows us it favors a very minor green undertone. Check out that. See what's jibing, what's connecting. Again, this is what you're going to do at home. You're not going to come home with just one or two samples. You're going to play around. Painting's such a big job. It's worth taking the time to check stuff out. So as you can see, it's a warm gray, violet undertone. It resonates there. You know, the violet, you can see it pop up a bit more in comparison to green, in comparison to more of the blue in there. Let's not do that one. Let's look at this one. Okay, again, versatility, right? So watch what happens. It's working, right? Kind of interesting, okay. Too blue, that's Stonington gray. Balboa Mist is close, a little bit warm. Too green, really pretty. Too blue. So what's happening here is that you've got some gray with a violet undertone, and you've got a really nice warm gray with a hint of green in it. So you get some choices there. Do you want to go with the backdrop color? Or do you want to go with that violet? If it were me, I'm usually more inclined to go with the backdrop color, and then I might accent with some darker colors with a violet undertone. Or you might have something like this. Maybe it's a tile countertop fabric, and you just think, well, it looks gray. I just don't know what type of gray it is. Comparison, let's see. What sits well? Light green. It's not that strong. It's not that icy. Blue-green was close, just a bit off. I'm settling somewhere in here, just a soft violet undertone. Actually, it'd probably be a color in between this slightly stormy cool Zircon and the warmth of Collingwood, which means I'd be going back to the store for samples. Nice taupey grayish look. Again, you could have a tile like this, countertop. We're back here again. So I'd say pretty consistently, Benjamin Moore Collingwood, so a warm gray with a violet undertone is a pretty great place to start when you're looking to coordinate. If it doesn't work, you think, okay, do I need to go cooler? Do I need to go a little bit green, a little bit blue? Let's check that out. Oh yeah, there we go. Nope, too warm, too green, too muddy. You know, it is grabbing a bit in there. This is a bit more blue and a bit more fresh. I'm right back here. Great happy spot there. Love it. Again, violet undertone, violet undertone. Let's look at these little fellers. What do you think? You know, while that vein in there has a little bit of that violet undertone, this is a bit too fresh. So much better, right? Warm gray, violet undertone, but it's not a super committed violet undertone. I'd say it's pretty flexible. It doesn't like blue-green, but it does like a color like Gossamer Veil. Interestingly enough, not those, too fresh. So again, whereas some paint colors can have flexible undertones, so can some products and finishes. So your finish might not be 100% dedicated to a particular undertone, which is great because then you have flexibility. Looking at that bad boy, it's close. Too cold, too blue, too warm, taupey, too green. There it is. Warm gray with a soft green undertone. So that's what I'd put on my walls. Too cool. A pretty traditional looking marble. So look at the difference. It's like, okay, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not good. And we go, oh, there it is. And you might look at this and go, okay, I don't love it, but I don't know why. But you could, and hopefully will, learn to look at this and right away go, yep, there's the connection I'm looking for. Close, not far off. I'd say there's some flexibility there, but I naturally go there. You know, again, not bad. It kind of softens this a bit, but don't love it. Too green, too muddy, too fresh and icy. So we're just getting our eyeballs on things, just practicing noticing undertones, noticing things clashing. Here's a nice solid gray surface with a bit of white veining. See what catches and what doesn't. So again, too fresh and icy, too green, too warm. We're settling right about there. Nice warm gray violet undertone. Oh, there we go. We can just start and stop right there. That's not bad either, actually. Now, there are some flecks in there, I don't know if you can see that have a little bit of a violet undertone. Definitely grabs into there, but I almost find that it makes the backdrop look a bit muddy in comparison, which is why I'm back there. Again, that might be a better accent color versus a full commitment. Nice soft gray, maybe you have countertop, fabric, tile on your floor. You don't know what undertone it is until you put it with something like this. You go, oh, it's got a violet undertone. Nice and easy. Definitely has some cool in there, but the base color is warmer. Let's see if you can see. Dun, 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 dun. So there is a little bit of a cool violet in there, but not enough. You see that sits way better. Too cold. Let's do one more little marble laminate look. You know, the only ones I don't like are that, and there are bits of each of these that I kind of go, you know, that's interesting. That one's too warm. Yeah, flexibility. Yay for flexibility. Now we're gonna look at a few tiles and then we're done. So, humor the little ginger here while we go through, do my weightlifting. So, a lot of people have travertine. They want gray. Let's see what happens. Notice how the travertine looks. Ugly. It does not like these grays. Definitely not those ones. Your best chance, gray with a green undertone, because opposites attract and enhance each other, but I think you're just dating the look of this. Again, your best chance would be gray with a violet undertone, because it's kind of hitting a bit of there's a bit of a taupey pink tucked way deep in there. I mean, that's a stretch. But yeah, long story short, it's tough to integrate gray paint colors with warm finishes. There are exceptions, but it's tricky. Let's look at this guy. See, you go, oh, okay, you go, oh, too cold, right? So, and sometimes it's through comparison. You might not know you like this until you see this and go, oh, I see, okay, I like that more. That works. Too cool, close, but too green, too cool. You can see for a lot of the products, the fresh icy grays, they're not cutting it. Let's see, that's similar enough. We don't need to do that. Let's look at this. Another common marble. Let's see if I can manhandle this. Oh, so pretty, right? I love it. Like sometimes you just look at something and go, oh, there it is. And that's where the magic is. And hopefully you'll get better and better at seeing that magic right away, the difference between that and that. Moving along, a little bit too blue-green, too warm, definitely too green, and it's showing us the color in there, right? Too muddy and green. You know, not bad, but really is just a bit too fresh and icy, just a little bit too much chroma in there. And so we swing back to there. We go, okay, that's what they have in common. They have a slightly cool violet undertone with a more passive blue hiding in it. Got just a few more and then we're done. Okay, kind of a mixed tile. You might have a countertop or something like this. See what settles. So can you see, you go, okay, a little bit cool, but all right. Oh, blue, violet, muddy, green, violet, too fresh and icy. We're back here, you know, somewhere in between those colors. You know, maybe like Sherwin-Williams knitting needles, something like that. Let's look at this fella. You know, just because it's dark and silver doesn't mean it's not going to favor an undertone. Interesting. So what does that tell us? What does that tell us about this? Or other way around? This might even have a wink of green in it. But not that much green. Maybe just a little bit. Not enough to make it work though. And certainly not that. We go, probably the best bet. That's tough though. I don't even know if I'd do it. While these are gray, dark charcoal, I'd almost get more into a soft off-white that has more of this color because I feel like the violet's clashing with that a little bit. And sometimes you don't know until you get those samples up, right? Last one. So, kind of a common looking tile. It's a porcelain, looks like marble. There we go. Warm gray with violet, it works. Cool gray with violet, doesn't work. Blue with a bit of green. Not that it doesn't work. I mean, you could do it. It's just not the best color. Yep, a little bit of violet, a little bit warmer. Too green. They contrast and complement, but in terms of just going with, that's too muddy and green, and those are too fresh. So we're really back. Here we go. Not good. Good. So there you have it. Hopefully that was helpful. Get your eyeballs on some things.